junkies out there, I invite you to spend some time with me. I'm Johnny Allen, and this is the Johnny Allen Podcast Show. And the show does start now. I'm your host, Johnny Allen. This is the Johnny Allen Podcast / Videocast Show. Welcome to September 3rd, 2020. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, hey, welcome. And you know what? Please hit that like and subscribe button at the top because I could use some more subscribers. Hey guys, I hope you're doing fine out there. Hey, we're trying to make it through this COVID, rioting, political unrest in the world right now, right? Especially in the U.S. where I'm at. Hope you're doing well. Before I get started, I can introduce myself. I am Johnny Allen. This is the Johnny Allen Podcast / Videocast Show. And I just talk about everyday life situations here, guys. I chat for 30 minutes. I tell you what my thoughts are for the day, for the week, whatever, last couple of weeks. We just have a conversation back and forth. Before I go any further, though, we usually drink coffee on the show, and I would like to put a shout out to a couple people I really like, and I support small businesses and things of that nature, and products have to be good, and I have to try them out, and so everything I'm endorsing right here is good in my book. So anyway, if you like coffee, www.shopdieselcoffee.com, guys. www.shopdieselcoffee.com. Head to that website right there, okay? And check out what Tim's got up there in Lansing, Michigan. He has got a lot of really good coffees. You could probably spend 20 minutes browsing around the website, and he ships it quick. Good prices, excellent coffee. Again, www.shopdieselcoffee.com. On my Facebook page, I also have the links. Also, a shout out to Chris and Danielle down there in Austin, Texas. They have a show called Box Kickers Talking Sports. And by the way, happy belated birthday to Chris down there in Austin. Happy birthday, my friend, and hopefully you had a good one. Yeah, Chris and Daniel down there, they have a good little podcast going on where they talk about sports and just kind of everyday life stuff, kind of like me, and they talk about movies and things of that nature. I don't know how much is going on with sports these days with COVID, but anyway, if you like to hear a couple guys chatting, check them out. They're on Apple Podcast, and I got the link also on my Facebook channel, to them as well. Also a new podcast that's out there now called Woo, WOO, Woo. And anyway, that's my buddy Woody. I will get the link to his and post it down there. He does a really good job as well also. A little tired today, so normally I drink coffee. Today's been just one of those days, man. Just one of those days. Normally I drink coffee, but I'm trying this, and to be honest with you, it's not really working yet. CocaCola. I like Coca-Cola and Coca-Cola Energy. I don't know if this is really the best thing for me to be drinking, but I'm trying to get awake. I've been up since 5. Let's have a sip, a swig or a sip, or whatever you want to say. I've been up since 5, and I tell you, just been dragging my butt today. Anyway, like I said, September 3rd, 2020. Hope everybody's doing okay, living through all this ruckus that we are facing. I never thought this nation would ever be going through this stuff in my lifetime. It has in the past. We'll get on with some talking points, and I'll touch on that a little bit. Anyway, we got the coffee and stuff out of the way. Definitely try out Tim's coffee up there. And last week, if you watched last week's podcast, it was kind of a sobering podcast. I did a tribute to my good friend Terry. God rest his soul. He died in April. His life was taken by suicide, which was awful. I bought awareness to suicide, and suicide awareness. I bought that up several times, and I still want to emphasize suicide awareness. If there's people in your life that feel like are having some trouble, reach out to them. Reach out to everybody in this time of day, really. And these times that we live in, reach out to folks. Make sure they're doing okay. So, sobering podcast though last week, and his birthday was the 30th of August, last Sunday, and happy belated birthday, brother, up there in heaven to my friend Terry. It was just a touching video I put together, some old archival video of a camping trip that us guys do once a year, and if you get a chance, check that one out. As my little tribute to Terry. Rest in peace. So, Anyway, my talking points today. Okay, really, first one I like to talk about and share with you guys, and comment below on anything I'm talking about today. Times they are changing. The times they are a changing for you Bob Dylan fans out there, right? The times are changing, but are they? Are they changing? Comment below, and you're probably thinking, well, Johnny, what are you talking about? What do you mean by are the times are changing? We've always had some throughout the course of history, right? We've always had uprisings, we've had wars, we've had disagreements, we've had really bad stuff happen in the past, slavery, genocide. I mean, I'm gonna straighten this head up. I could go on and on and on. There you go. I've had this thing for a while. I love it. Harley Davidson. Anyway, thanks for letting me straighten that hat out. We've had genocide, we've had slavery, we've had all these bad things happen throughout history. Crusades, I mean, you name it. You can look back. We've had bad stuff happening. So is today, what's going on in the world today, especially in the United States right now, is it any different? That's what I mean. Are the times really changing? Or is this something that's just kind of going, recycling again? Things that happen and they're coming back. Unrest. People getting pissed off. Just unsettledness. Miscommunications. Mismedia information. People hearing something that's going on, not getting the whole story, getting part of the story, reacting, overreacting, getting funded, getting paid by bad players, getting involved in something because they're bored and feel like they want to be involved in some kind of movement. I'm just bringing these things up. I don't know if they're good movements, bad movements, whatever the movements are. I mean, a lot of these movements, right, burning down buildings and stuff. That's bad movements. It's not really how we want to handle things, right? But are people just bored and locked and just feel like they got to shout and state their opinions and voices? And like I said, I don't have anything against that. It's fine, but it just seems like it's happened before in the past. So, like I said, at the times they are changing, but are they changing? Comment below. Any thoughts on that? I feel like nothing really ever changes. It does change. Okay, I don't want to sound like I'm going back and forth here. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Really, that's it. The more things change, the more they kind of stay the same. This stuff's happened before. It's happening again. It'll happen again. Seems like we have a little period of time to, goes through and things are quiet for the most part. We always got like disruptions, but on the big stage, things are kind of quiet. Then all of a sudden something happens and it disrupts again and again. And people forget about what happened before. They forget about all the bad stuff. They forget about all this that happened before, or they didn't live through it, and all of a sudden they want to recreate it again. I've seen human beings do this, a character, right? We get caught up in these cycles. And the one cycle I wish we would get caught up on that we are not is living in peace and harmony and letting people be able to express their opinions without being ridiculed or even killed, right? We all have differences of opinions. I'm not going to talk about my opinions on and what my likes and what my dislikes are, really. I go to the political side of it so much. I'm just kind of touching base with how these things happen, and we can't voice. Certain people can voice, certain people can't voice, and it just like we can't get on middle ground and agree on things. It just gets radical on one end and out the end, one end and one and the other end. It just gets radical, the whole thing. It gets really radical, and there's no opinions. I heard, and the reason why I say this is because I heard this today. And I'm not saying anything. Minding my own business, working, doing my job, trying to get along. Just trying to make a paycheck so I can eat, feed my wife, feed my dog, have a quiet time, enjoy my family and friends, and just live peacefully and try to stay out of people's way, just mind my own business. That's what kind of guy I am. I'm going to touch later on the podcast with those points. But anyway, I'm observing a conversation taking place. Now I'm a Christian. Am I perfect? No. Is anybody perfect? No. No, they're not. But this woman says, quote unquote, if you are a conservative and you like conservative values, you're not a Christian. Basically. Don't understand that. I've even heard people say, if you support the president, don't care if you do or don't, myself personally. But I've heard the person say, if you support the president, you're not a Christian. Now, if you look back, if you're talking about Christianity, you're talking about reading the Bible, it says that Christians shouldn't judge other Christians. You shouldn't judge them, right? And especially for something like that. Who are we to judge? These are just all food for thoughts. That's what we talk about. Comment below on any of that stuff. As me being a Christian white man in this society, and I'll be honest, we get dogged a lot. And we don't get a fair shake sometimes. And it's sad because everybody should get a fair shake. Voices need to be heard. Some voices are being heard. Some voices are not being heard. Some voices that are heard are taken seriously, and some voices that are heard, they're just basically either being shut down or being killed. And that's what I mean. This is America. This is the country of freedom, right? We're supposed to all have freedoms. We have problems. That's obvious. We have problems. There's no reason why we can't sit down and talk them out and fix them. I saw an interview with a lady, business owner in Portland, middle-aged woman. She has a Subway, or she had a Subway in Portland. They interviewed her and they asked her, what would you like to see happening? Your business is being destroyed and everything. And she made some good points. She said that she wants to talk about the injustices of the world. Wants to bring up the problems that we're having, right? That we're having. And she said, but we could do it without destroying innocent businesses. She goes, we're trying to just recover and go. This is people's livelihood. I've talked about this for a few episodes now, and it is kind of bothersome that, okay, so you get a little injustice going on, so you have permission to go ahead and destroy innocent businesses. It just doesn't make sense, guys. It's counterproductive, really. It's counterproductive. And I wish I had the answers. I don't. Comment below if you guys got any opinions on it, any answers. But that's what I mean about how it makes some people say, okay, it's a free ride to go out and destroy stuff. Now, is there that much bent up anger and stuff where you feel like you got to do that? Now it's like the targeting, it's like something to stir in the pot. Now people say, well, blame the president, whatever. Don't want to really get into that. But there's something deeper that's stirring the pot. And it's not the president. I'll just be honest with you. It goes way beyond that. And even it started happening before. Like I said, are times really changing or are they not? It's happened long before Donald Trump was ever in office. Long before Obama, long before Bush's. Long before even maybe Reagan. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on since the days of Kennedy, since the days of Abraham Lincoln, the Civil War. We can go back and back and back where we had all this stuff. But I think there's a common thread, even back through history, even today, that's causing all the disruption going on, right? And the main word is evil. Yeah, and you can determine what evil is. And I think a lot of these young kids, and I say kids because I'm almost 60. These people that are doing all this stuff, I believe that, for one, they're misinformed. For two, they feel like they got to belong to something. And I think that's that's missing. Back when I was growing up, we had a purpose for what we wanted to do. We worked hard. We get what we wanted as far as like what we needed, and was happy with what we had. Didn't have to prove anything to anybody. We didn't bother anybody. And I think what's happening now is young people feel like they're lost and feel like they don't have any purposes. So if there's a purpose or a movement that comes around, they got to jump on that to feel like they belong to something. That's okay to belong to something, but let's be productive about it. Let's be in a positive way, not a counter way. It may be great if people just say, okay, yeah, we're going to recognize these problems. We're going to try to understand what's going on. We're going to fix them. We don't have to demolish our towns, though, to do it. I really stress that, guys. It's just, you know, harmony and peace and harmony and peace and harmony. And, it happened back in the 60s for a while. Then we got over it. Like I said, everything will cycle. And eventually this will probably end, which would be good that it does. Talking about like the rioting and everything and the looting and all that. But young people need a purpose. They need to be busy. They need to be busy with something productive and positive instead of negative. It's all this negative stuff. We got a lot of black on black crime still in the inner cities and stuff that they don't bring enough attention to that. We got all this stuff going on. Anyway, comment below. I don't kind of sound a little political today. I don't mean to, but it's just what's going on. But if you're a conservative, that's fine. If you're a liberal, that's fine. Don't tell somebody that, well, you're not a certain way because you don't believe the way I believe. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's counterproductive. I can't tell somebody that has a different political view than me that they're going to go to hell or they're not a Christian or whatever, or even if they don't believe in religion. I can't say, well, you're going to go to hell because you don't believe in religion. I don't have the right to say it. I cannot judge. So how can other people that claim to be righteous judge people? That's what I'm saying. The bottom line. Hey, I think this energy is starting to kick in now. I actually got a little bit of energy, guys. Thanks again for chiming in on the conversation. Thanks for joining me today. Like I said, just talk about everyday life situations. Okay, switching gears, we're going to go to a little lighter stuff. I got some equipment coming. I've been talking about it. I got some ideas. I got some stuff. I'm going to try some stuff out next week, and I can't wait to share it on you guys. And another thing is I've been in the studio working with the band. It's great. Everything's going together so well. Just shout out to Mark out there. If he's watching, thanks for doing the guitar work on this project with the Crossroads Saints. Love to get together with the other guys in the Hopeful Band, but we just don't know when it's going to happen. Yeah, it's not tasting too bad. So anyway, back to talking point. I'm kind of going around places here. Talking point. Okay, so with the sadness and going on, there's a big sadness vibe. I mean, I've seen it. I'll smile at people, and I would say out of 10 people, I actually did a survey. People I smile at, see if I get any return smiles, right? And I'll count them. So out of every 10 people I smile at, do I get a return smile? I may get maybe 4 or 5, a little less than half. That is actually a survey I did. I just did it this week, guys. So what's that mean? Well, it means that people are kind of living in a world of sadness and doom and gloom, right? Probably because of COVID virus and all these things I've been talking about for 20 minutes. All the unrest going on. So how does an ordinary person, I got this in my talking points, how does ordinary people, rather like myself, okay, and I'm going to describe an ordinary person like me, an ordinary person, okay, I make average money, I work every day, I still fortunately have to work, and, through the pandemic, COVID nightmare, okay, and even before it, anyway, average person works every day, works hard, kind of keep to myself, love my family and my friends, close friends, try to get together when I can. I have cookouts in the backyard. I drive an average car, have an average house. I don't have a lot of money. I don't fraternize with really, influential people with a lot of money. I'm not a terribly sophisticated type person. I'm just I'll go to church on Sundays when I can. I used to ride a motorcycle. You guys get it. Just average guy. Cook out. Go to Kroger. I don't go to fancy restaurants. I don't do fancy stuff. I'm just an average guy. Cut the yard. Talk to my neighbors. Hey, how you doing? Get along with everybody. I don't care who you are. I really don't, and I do. I get along with everybody. So I'm an average guy doing average things, trying to keep an average life, peaceful life, healthy life. I like to keep my stuff. I'm that person, right? You guys know I am just an average dude. I just want no problems. I'm just that average guy. So, what are people trying to do during all this stuff? Person like myself, what are we trying to do to cope and keep things peaceful at home? And trying to not let all this bombardment of the negative media constantly bombarding us with all this bad, terrible news about how everything is going so bad, and this is bad, and that is bad, and he is bad, and this is bad, and that is bad, and this is bad, and he is bad, and blah 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 blah. How do we cope with all that stuff? Comment below. How do you do? How do you keep your sanity through all this weirdness going on? And I'll tell you the truth. Today, when I went to work, the day job, I got a few people, a couple, one maybe two. They just do this, and from the time they come in to the time they leave, just harping on the same subject. I mean, it's almost like a memory tape. You just go ahead and just plug the tape in and play it every day. It's going to be the same thing over and over, over and over. It's not really real positive either. Negative, 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 negative. And after a while, it just kind of wears on you. So how do you cope with things like that? People like that that are unhappy. And I tell you, the day I was just so I had to take a time out. I had to listen to some Alice in Chains, "Down in a Hole." You know, that's not a very happy song if you listen to the lyrics. You know, down in a hole. But you feel that way sometimes. You get down in a hole. Is there any escape from all this nonsense? I feel like I'm just gonna die and no one cares. I'd like to fly up, but I can't. Wings are clipped, but whatever. That's what that song's about. Dark song. But I was like listening to that song thinking, oh my gosh, just close my eyes. It's like, got to get away from this for a minute, right? And then finally I pumped myself back up and got back into the reality of, okay, how do I stay happy and how do I stay focused? And okay, so here's my thing that I do. Share below, whatever you guys do. Here's what I do, okay? I think about anything that is good in my life, okay? Still here. I'm still got some little bit of money. I'm still surviving. Um, and nothing has really tragically happened in my life. I've had some bad things happen, but so far, knock on wood, praise the God. Um, and just being thankful for every little thing that I have. I know it sounds kind of cliche, but just try to pick out whatever good things you got and just hang on to it. And shut the news down. I had to do that too. Shut the news down, go for walks, all the stuff I've talked about in the past. But I'm just kind of curious to what you guys do. Like I said, average, hardworking people. I mean, and do we even have a voice? I mean, if I were to try to discuss something, maybe I don't have the same view as somebody else, and try to discuss that with these people or person or people, whatever, whoever, I just can't get a word in. Can't get a word in. It's like, no, you're wrong, and that's it. You're wrong. You're wrong. You listen to this. You're following this. And some of my good friends even said that. Well, you listen to this program all the time, and you're getting your information falsely. Blah blah blah. It's like, no, I don't do that. And everybody just is assuming and just going places, and you can't have this open conversation, laying it on the table. Okay, you say something for a minute. I'm gonna listen. Okay, and then now listen to me. And then you know let's have a decent conversation. Go back and forth. Not everything you say is wrong. Not everything I say is wrong, right? And that is the whole problem with the whole thing going on today. And really, that's what it is. And then you got a plague on top of it. So no wonder people are kind of like losing their mind. But my recommendation to younger people is to rethink everything and just go positive. Go think of something positive, okay? You don't say, okay, this world just sucks all the time. There's nothing I can do about it, and I'm just going to lie in it. And I might make it worse. I might infest in it, and just keep indulging in it, like being down in a hole. Let's not do that. Okay. We can have our pity party for a minute, but then let's get out of it. Like I did this morning, man. I listened to "Down in a Hole," had my pity party, then. Okay, yeah, it's time to get it together. It's a great song. Love the band. Just a different side of things. And it's okay to express yourself. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is let's focus more on positive stuff. Because the more we do positively, easy for me to say today, it's going to cause this chain reaction and things are going to get better and better and better and better. And then next thing you know, maybe the virus is gone, right? Stuff's gone and things are looking better. No matter what situation we're put into, try to make it the best you can make it. Respect other people. Just because somebody is a different color than you, likes a different politician than you do, it doesn't give you the right to kill them. Okay, so that's what I'm getting at. How about talking to them? Let's get together and talk. Because what happens, you get all this misleading stuff, all these scenarios that's going on. Guys that maybe aren't so great getting shot. Okay, they don't deserve to be shot, but the whole police, the justice for, the justice reform thing, with the police and all this stuff, and look at all of it. Look at their job. Look at the folks that are getting involved in that. Take from the other end. Look at all sides of it. You got a white kid at 16 years old loses his mind in Wisconsin, starts shooting guys because he's freaking out. You have a white guy in Portland trying to talk to people, hey, don't do this, and he gets killed. See what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Let's don't fall for the trap that they're trying to put us in, and that's the whole bottom line, guys. I mean, really, at the end of the day, don't get caught in the trap that these people are trying to put us in. And I'm talking about like people that have been doing this stuff and been passing it down for hundreds of years. I'm not just talking about what's going on now in the current government. I'm talking about what's been going on for a long time. And if you don't believe me and you think I sound tinfoil, look up your history. Do a lot of studying, do a lot of digging, research, research. But take your time out. Look what's going on. Don't fall for the trap. Another drink of the CocaCola, because at the end of the day, people want you, because if you're happy, and you know what, here's the thing. If you're happy and you're doing things, and you're a happy person, and I'm not saying you have to be rich or anything, but if you're just a happy person in general, and you're real happy about stuff, and if somebody's jealous and not happy and they got personal hangups, they're going to do everything they can to bring you down. And the United States of America, well, like I said, we're not perfect, but we are a pretty good country. You got people from foreign lands that's far worse than ours coming here to try to make the dream happen, to live a better, peaceful life. Because at the end of the day, that's all people want is peace and harmony and quiet and good food and being able to be respected and appreciated. That's it. I mean, people don't want to be robbed. People don't want to be stolen. They don't want all these problems going on. People are trying to escape that. The people that are doing that stuff are people that are messed up and misguided and misled. And that's just it. I think even that can be fixed. The problems we're having now can be fixed. It can all be fixed. And like I'm saying, with America, there's outside forces that are trying to bring us down. Because to be honest with you, they're jealous. They're jealous, man. Communist countries are jealous of us. They want to bring us down. They want to cause internal chaos. They want us to fight amongst each other. They want us to have this hardcore political divide, right? They want that to happen. So at the end of the day, guys, if you got anything on my podcast today, just think about that. Just think about what I just told you. A country divided will fall. And that's what they want us to do. So don't fall into all the garbage you're hearing on the media and everything. Because really do your research on things, man. Because I tell you what, they'll show these little videos of things, bad things happening, and you go, oh my gosh, and everybody overreacts, and they don't know the whole story. The whole story on everything. Doesn't matter what it is. Get the whole story. They don't even show the whole video, what it led up to certain things happening. And like I said, I'm not condoning, violence or somebody gets shot when they don't need to be shot. Those kind of things. I'm not condoning all that stuff, I mean, Colin Kaepernick got a bad rap, and I could see why he did, but I could see why he's doing what he was doing. And I'm not like a big fan of his or whatever, but I can see where he wanted to bring awareness, and pat him on the back for that. I give him kudos for that, bringing up awareness about what's going on. He saw what was going on. He brought up awareness, so it's cool. I mean, I'm glad he did. I just think that there's ways of doing it. There's platforms and ways of doing it to where it'll help everybody and not get people mad, And I think it's what happens with Donald Trump too. You take Donald Trump and you take Colin Kaepernick. This is all I got to say for Andy, guys. You got two guys with two different kinds of personalities, right? Whether you like them or not, either one of them, it doesn't matter. You got two guys with two strong personalities. Two guys that have their agendas as far as in their ways of thinking and their beliefs, right? We have to respect both of them. And there's no reason why you have to hate anybody. Colin Kaepernick and Donald Trump should sit down together and talk and have a nice discussion about things. In my opinion, work everything out. That's all I got today, guys. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Comment on anything below that I talked about today. I just think there's ways that we can get through all this craziness together without, making it more crazy. Really, that's the bottom line. I've said a lot of stuff to lead up to it, but really that's it. We can do a lot of things in this crazy world without making it crazier and get it settled down and work things out. That's it. Bomb. That's it. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. The Lord willing and all that good stuff. Thanks again for liking and subscribing. And, see you next week. Have a great Labor Day weekend, man. Get some rest. Take a time out from the chaos and stuff, guys. Just come on. Take a break. Go fry some burgers on the grill. Do something productive, right? All right, I'll see you guys next week.